Welcome to this deep dive. We're digging into, well, a whole bunch of everyday conversations today.
Yeah, it's quite a mix.
Totally. Everything from just saying hello to sorting out tricky roommate stuff, planning trips, all that. And the goal here really is to kind of see what's going on underneath. You know, how we communicate, connect, solve little problems, all from these like snippets of life.
It's fascinating, isn't it, how much you can unpack from interactions that seem, well, almost mundane on the surface.
Exactly.
We've got the full range, those quick greetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also planning travel, health stuff popping up, how people invite each other places.
Oh, yeah, the invitations.
And even those tech frustrations we all have, it's really a snapshot of human interaction.
Okay, so let's dive in, starting with the basics. Greetings, small talk.
Right. The starting point.
Our sources are full of them. Simple things like, hello, everyone, or, you know, good morning, Lucy. Good morning, Jessica.
A bit more specific.
And hey, Laura, what's up?
Yeah. What's interesting to me is how fast these little openings can pivot. Absolutely. Those greetings, they're not just filler. They're like a little social probe, aren't they?
A probe, yeah, like testing the waters, seeing if the other person's open to talking more.
Exactly. And those follow-ups, like, how are you doing? Or what's up? They signal, you know, I'm willing to engage, even if it's just for a moment.
And people often drop in a little detail about what they're doing right then. Like, I'm just walking around and enjoying the sun, or, I'm going to visit my grandma.
It's like offering a small piece of information, a little conversational hook, maybe.
Yeah, could be. And what's really telling is how often these casual starts lead straight into a problem or a need.
Oh, definitely. Think about Laura. It's, hey, Laura, what's up? And boom, right into the laptop issue.
Right. Or Jennifer needing John's number almost straight away.
The politeness is there. It kind of smooths the way, but often there's a reason for the interaction just waiting.
Which flows perfectly into the next big theme. Asking for help, offering help, it's everywhere in these conversations.
It really is.
You've got the direct request, like Laura's, can you help me fix it with the laptop? Very clear.
Or Jennifer's, can you give me his number? No beating around the bush there.
No. And then the more sort of situational requests. Like in a store, could you please tell me where the section for laundry stuff is?
And what's great is seeing the other side of that coin, the offers of help.
Yeah.
Things like, let me see, when Jack steps in for Laura, or just a simple, may I help you? In a shop. It feels almost automatic, this willingness to assist.
It does, and sometimes it's more proactive, like Peter offering to cook for Mary when she's not feeling well. That's not just fixing a problem, it's, care.
Exactly. It goes beyond just the practical task.
And people actually follow through. Jack does look at the laptop. Jennifer gives the number.
Right. And the thank yous that follow, thanks a lot, Jack. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Thank you, Mary. You are very kind.
Yeah.
They really close that loop, don't they?
They do. It's like a little social transaction completed successfully. Reinforces the connection.
And sometimes the help offered is broader. Like Jessie offering to hang out with Laura after her breakup. That's emotional support.
Good point. Or Kim giving Annie a ride to the beach. Practical, yes, but also about companionship.
Or Emma's friends rallying around her for the prom dress and even offering to take her to the hospital when she felt sick. That's, you know, community in action.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Making plans, invitations, another huge part of how we connect.
Definitely. We see quite a few examples. Claire's birthday party invitation.
Right, sounded fun.
Oliver inviting the neighbors for a barbecue. Very casual. Friends trying to organize a class trip.
And even Ted, meeting his new roommate Marshall, immediately starts thinking about things they could do. Maybe we could.
What stands out is the level of detail involved. It's not just let's hang out. It's often, you know, specific times around 7 p.m., Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Locations, too.
And sometimes even thinking about comfort, like Claire saying, no, just wear whatever you feel comfortable with. That's considerate.
It is. And sorting out logistics, like Mary and her friends needing a taxi. The practical side of planning.
And the responses are telling, aren't they? The enthusiasm. Yes, of course. That sounds great. Just a simple totally.
Yeah, that positive energy really matters. It shows the connection is valued. Makes you think about how you respond to invitations.
True. A lukewarm, yeah, maybe, feels very different.
And the simple act of checking first, are you free Saturday night? Do you have time after school? It shows basic respect for the other person's time. Crucial for making plans work.
So from planning to personal tastes, expressing preferences and opinions, our sources had some fun examples here.
They did, like the age-old debate. Kate going for Iron Man over Superman.
A classic. And Sally and Kay having very different ideas about fashion.
Right. Even these small things, they help us define ourselves, don't they? And connect with people who like similar stuff or, bond over disagreeing playfully.
Yeah. And think about sharing favorite places. People talking about wanting to go to Miami Beach or Spain, London, Thailand.
Paris, Korea, Japan.
It sparks conversation, finds common ground. Same with favorite restaurants.
Mm-hmm. And recommendations come up, too. David suggesting the grilled chicken at a restaurant.
Sound good, actually.
Or recommending game shows. It's like saying, hey, I enjoy this. Maybe you will, too. Sharing a positive experience.
Of course, life isn't all easy planning and shared favorites. Problems crop up, annoyances happen.
Oh, for sure. And the conversations reflect that. We saw the tech issues of Laura's laptop again.
Yep. Always relatable.
And that panic moment when something's lost. Jennifer losing the phone number, Tui her car keys, Susan losing her phone. We've all been there.
Totally. Then there are health things. Peter's stomach ache, Jack not feeling great, Emma suddenly feeling unwell.
And even the patient having trouble sleeping. These are just part of life, and they often trigger those help-seeking or help-offering loops we talked about.
Right, brings it back. What's also really interesting are the interpersonal conflicts that surface.
Yeah, those get complex.
The narrator's issue with Selena seems like a friend conflict over maybe a romantic interest.
It seemed that way. And Lucas's detailed complaints about his roommate. Wow.
Yeah, that was a lot. Sloppiness, not being considerate, seeking attention. It really shows the challenges of, living closely with someone.
It really does. Friction is almost inevitable sometimes.
And then just the practical snags. Running out of food, being late, getting lost, like Thomas trying to find the campsite.
Little hurdles.
Yeah.
Happen to everyone.
But what's useful is seeing the strategies people use to deal with these things.
Mm-hmm. For tech, it's often try restarting it.
Uh-huh.
For lost items, retracing steps.
Choose a procedure.
For health, seeking advice.
Mm-hmm.
And crucially, for those interpersonal things like with Lucas and his roommate, it points towards needing, direct communication, setting boundaries.
Which is often easier said than done, but yeah, necessary. Okay, let's talk travel. Seems to be a popular topic.
Always is. People love planning trips, talking about trips. We see friends discussing destinations, Canada, Spain for that bullfighting festival.
London sightseeing.
And deciding who to go with, of course. That's a big part of it.
And people love sharing past travel stories too, don't they? Germany, France, Sweden, Spain, Australia, Japan.
It's a great way to connect. Share experiences, maybe inspire someone else's future travels. You get to kind of relive it a bit yourself, too.
The honeymoon discussion was interesting. Paris versus Asia, negotiating desires within a couple.
Yeah, balancing those romantic ideals with practical considerations.
And the practical stuff is always there, isn't it? Booking taxis, the eternal challenge of packing. It keeps the dream grounded.
Mm-hmm. Shifting focus slightly, again, let's look at relationships more broadly. Social dynamics.
Okay.
We see the start of things, like roommate introductions. Ted and Marshall, Jake and Jessica, setting up that shared space.
Yeah, the hopeful beginning.
Which contrasts sharply with Lucas's situation later on, showing that maintaining harmony takes work, ongoing effort.
Definitely. And friendships are just woven through everything. Offering support like Jesse did for Laura.
Crystal.
Planning fun stuff together like shopping or parties or trips. It just underscores how vital those bonds are.
And sometimes old friendships get rekindled, like Ben and Jeremy reconnecting. That's always nice to see.
Yeah. We even caught glimpses of, romantic pursuits.
Yeah, awkward ones sometimes.
Huh? Yeah, the blind date hints and Andy's coffee spilling attempt at flirting.
Maybe not the smoothest move.
Yeah.
But it shows people trying, putting themselves out there, however clumsily.
True. And family pops up, too, even in small ways. Visiting grandparents, John calling his mom.
The daughter surprising her parents by coming home early from uni. Little moments of connection.
Right. They remind you of those ongoing foundational relationships.
And briefly, we also saw mentions of school and work life. Jaden talking about studies and university plans.
Ambitious kid.
Emily starting her new job, meeting colleagues. David having a work meeting. It just anchors these conversations in the reality of people's daily routines.
Finally, you gotta love the slightly weird or funny bits.
Always need those.
The mystery of the open doors and watered plants, which turned out to be a nice surprise.
Yeah, that was sweet.
And Andy's coffee incident definitely adds a bit of humor, even if it wasn't maybe the intended outcome for him.
These moments remind us that life isn't always serious or predictable. Sometimes the unexpected or the slightly absurd is what makes an interaction memorable.
So wrapping this deep dive up, Looking back at all these conversations, what really stands out?
Well, a few things really come through strongly. Clear communication, or sometimes the lack of it, is just fundamental.
Absolutely.
Offering and asking for help seems built into our social wiring. It's everywhere.
Planning things together, being considerate of others, that's key for making social life work.
Yeah. And expressing who we are, our preferences, but doing it respectfully, finding that balance.
And maybe the big one, dealing with conflict. Being able to navigate disagreements constructively seems vital for any relationship, whether it's roommates or friends or family.
It really is. These everyday chats, they seem small, but they're packed with lessons on how we connect, how we cooperate, how we clash, how we care for each other. It's all in there.
It makes you realize how much is going on in even a simple exchange.
It really does. And maybe that's the final thought for you, listening. Which parts of these conversations felt familiar? Which ones resonated with your own life?
Yeah, good question.
And thinking about that, what tiny shifts could you maybe make in your own daily interactions? Just small things, perhaps, to communicate a bit more clearly or connect a bit more strongly. Because ultimately, it's in these everyday moments, these little conversations, that our relationships are built and maintained.